Hey guys, it is Perseus Hamilton. Today's video is going to be something a little different than maybe what we've done in the past. Most people have experienced anxiety at least once in their life, and a lot of people actually have what is called generalized anxiety disorder, or some kind of anxiety disorder that makes them feel anxious or stressed or worried a lot about things that most people wouldn't be worried about. Since anxiety is such a widespread thing and everyone's experienced it, including me, I thought it would be cool to do a video on ways that you can help yourself through anxiety. I discovered this list of things the other day and I just thought, wow, more people need to hear about this because I tried it when I was having a panic attack and I felt so much better afterwards. And I really feel like more people who have anxiety should know about this. So without further ado, let's get into the list. Number one, when you're having a panic attack or an anxiety attack, and you probably hear this a lot, is breathe. And it might not sound like something important. Like, breathing doesn't calm your racing thoughts, but it does calm your body. Because what anxiety is, technically, is it's your body responding to thoughts as if they're real, when they're not. Like, you'll think, what if there was a murderer in my house right now? And your body's like, oh wait, there's a murderer in your house right now? Is that what you said? Okay, let's react as if there were a murderer in our house right now. And your heartbeat speeds up, your breathing gets faster, because that's your fight or flight response. And a lot of people don't realize this, but anxiety attacks actually have lots of physical symptoms. And breathing is the way to calm the physical symptoms. So when you start getting an anxiety attack and you start feeling your heart racing and you start feeling your breath getting shallow and you start feeling your stomach or your chest tightening up, then try breathing. And there's a special rhythm of breath that's supposed to help with this, and it's breathe in for 4, hold for 7, and then release for a count of 8. And you just do that over and over again until your body realizes, okay, there's not any immediate danger and I'm safe. And while you're doing this, you can even tell yourself, I'm safe, I'm not in danger, everything's okay, I'm gonna be fine, and you can just repeat kind of like that mantra to yourself until your body starts calming down. And this actually applies to real situations where you're in danger too, because the worst thing you can do in any situation is panic. That's just the bottom line. Here's the number 2 step. When you start getting out of the anxiety attack, when it's no longer physical and just like overtaking your body, something that I recommend doing is writing it down. Just write down everything you're feeling, all your thoughts at that time, and try to get them out into paper. Sometimes for me that doesn't help because it makes it feel more real once I write it down. Probably it's because I'm a writer as well. But whatever works for you. I think you should at least try writing down your thoughts once and see if it helps. Number 3, something you can do when you're starting to get into the aftermath part of it, maybe your thoughts are still feeling a little anxious but you're not full-blown panic attack, is to ask yourself some questions. You can ask yourself, is what I'm worried about real? Because sometimes when people have anxiety, the things that they're worried about aren't even real. They're worrying about, what if my family's going to get in a car crash? What if an asteroid's going to hit the Earth? What if I get cancer? They just start imagining these situations that haven't even happened, and then they start panicking about them. And so when you're imagining about something that isn't real, a good thing to ask yourself is it really happening? Is there anything to suggest that this is really going to happen? And most of the time, no. Most of the time, anxiety revolves around thinking about something scary. Because that's all anxiety is, in a nutshell. It's just you thinking. And then your brain responding like it's real. Another thing you can ask yourself is, what are the best case scenario, worst case scenario, and the most realistic case scenario in whatever I'm worried about? For instance, if you're worrying about getting cancer, you'd say, okay, what's the best case scenario? Well, the best case scenario is that you wouldn't get cancer and you'd be healthy your whole life. What's the worst case scenario? That you do get cancer and then you get very sick and you're in lots of pain and you die. But what's the most realistic scenario? What's happened every other time that you've worried about this? Well, if you're like me, every other time that you worry about some crazy illness, you have an anxiety attack about it, you panic, then you calm down and you realize that you don't have a chronic illness. Something else you can ask yourself is, how have I dealt with this in the past? You can think about all the other times that you've had anxiety attacks and how you've gotten over them. Think about all the other times that you've coped with it, that you've gotten nervous and then you've gotten over it. You can think about all the times that you've been so strong. Every day you wake up, you've been alive more days than you've ever been alive before, which is like your personal best. Think of it that way. If you want to go more deeper into your problem, you can ask yourself, why am I feeling anxious? Why did I start getting anxious about these kind of things? Like, why did I start being scared of getting cancer? Did something happen to make me feel that way? Is there any evidence that I have it now? Is it just a tendency that I have to worry? Ask yourself why you really feel anxious about this thing. That's a good thing to write down too. Just grab a notebook, go on your computer, write or type why I feel anxious right now. Just write it all down, and I promise it really does help you figure out stuff. Might have to do it a few times, but it can really start helping you to figure it out. Number 4 is the Calm app. Okay, if you haven't heard of the Calm app before, the Calm app is amazing. This video isn't sponsored. Trust me, I have 4 subscribers. No one's gonna sponsor me. The Calm app is like a meditation app, and it includes sleep stories, which help you fall asleep, a breath monitor so you can help monitor your breathing, calming music and nature sounds, and it even has like actual meditation sessions where someone will guide you through meditation for whatever kind of thing you're trying to meditate for. You know, maybe you're meditating because you're feeling depressed or anxious or hurt or worried, or besides being a great meditating tool, the Calm app can really help you sleep, and it can teach you how to train your brain to be calmer and more in the moment rather than anxious and focused on what might be or what has been. The other thing you can do, and I know that if you're feeling depressed or anxious, the last thing you do is want to move, but exercising or going on a walk really can help release endorphins in your body and make you feel happier and less stressed. So I know that if you're in the middle of an anxiety attack, or you've just gotten over one, or you're feeling depressed and you've just cried for hours, doing squats isn't what you want to do right now. But you might be surprised, and even if you can, just step outside for a second and just sit there and listen to the world around you and know that the whole world's just working exactly as it's supposed to, and you're exactly where you need to be right now, and everything's gonna be okay. As humans, we've lost lots of touch with nature, and I see a lot of controversy over this on social media. You know, people saying like, meds are stupid, nature's the only way to get rid of depression. Other people saying, nature is stupid, meds are the only way to get rid of depression, and everyone's just so controversial on what works and what doesn't. And here's the honest truth, whatever works for you, works for you. If you need medication to get through this hard time in your life, that's totally okay. But also know that nature is kind of like our mother, for want of a better word, and nature is part of all of us, and we're all part of nature. So even if you don't think that it's going to help, at least give it a try, because it really is part of us, and it really is healthy to get out in it and be one with it. The next thing you can do is take a shower or a bath. Taking showers and baths after an anxiety attack is a great thing to do because it almost feels like you're symbolically like washing everything away. Also, hot water can be super calming, and if you want, you can do super loud karaoke in the shower, and that makes anyone feel better. Talk to someone, even if it's yourself. I think this helps me a lot. I talk to myself a lot. I'm doing it right now. Well, I mean, technically I'm talking to a camera, and I actually find that sometimes it's better than talking to other people because you always understand yourself, and especially if you don't have a ton of close friends around or a ton of family that really understands what it's like to go through anxiety. You know, sometimes talking to yourself can help you really figure things out, calm you down. But if you do have a trusted friend or family member that you can talk to, do that, because having the strength and support of other people is just a great gift in the world, and I hope that everyone has it at some point in their lives. Before I go, I just want to say that if you have any kind of mental illness, depression, anxiety, bipolar, any of that, then you are a really strong and amazing person, and you have gotten through so much in your life. And sometimes mental illness will make you feel like you're not valid, like you're not good enough, like you don't deserve what you have, that you deserve less, that you deserve bad things in your life. That's not true. That's just what mental illness does. It makes you feel invalid, and that's a lie. You're valid and you're important, and you can get through this. You've gotten through it every other day up till now. You can do it again. I saw in a post one time, someone said, sometimes you'll have lots of days where you'll think just one more day. And even if it takes 1,000 of those just one more days, someday you'll get to, I can't wait for tomorrow. Bye guys, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.